Hi YouTube, I'm Dan. In this video, I'm taking a look at my ChatGPT portfolio to see how things are going. Now we're 1 month in. It's been an interesting month, that's for sure. So I wanted to go over which dividends have started rolling in and whether the portfolio has actually made any money. I genuinely am quite surprised at how the portfolio has performed, really. It's not exactly what I was expecting. But before we get into that, please remember that this video is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is not financial advice or a recommendation to buy any of the stocks mentioned. The value of investments can go down as well as up, so you could get back less than you put in. If you're interested in investing, you should speak to a qualified professional before making any financial decisions. So a quick recap before we get going. Last month, I asked ChatGPT to build me a dividend portfolio. And if you watch that video, you'll remember that it wasn't exactly subtle with its stock picks. We basically went all in on high dividend yields, meaning that we ended up with a portfolio full of business development companies, mortgage REITs, income ETFs, basically anything paying out a chunky dividend, which is great when the dividends start rolling in. But it also means some of these companies are considered a fair bit riskier than your average blue chip stock. I then recreated this portfolio in Trading 212 and put £1,000, £1,000 of my own money into it. So how much have I made? We'll get to that later, but to kick things off, let's start by taking a look at which dividends have actually started rolling in. The first payment arrived on the 29th of June from Main Street Capital, all 50 pence of it. The next day was a bit better. Capital Southwest paid out 83 pence and Ari's Capital chipped in with £2.80. Then on the 10th of July, another 3 payments came in. £1.35 from Altria, 50 pence from Global X Super Dividend, and finally 89 pence from AGNC. That's £6.87 earned in dividends in just 4 weeks. Enough for a free pint. Or it would be if I was withdrawing it as cash, but instead I've chosen to reinvest all of the dividends I get in order to build the portfolio up. Admittedly, it'll be pretty slow going for the foreseeable, but just imagine a snowball continually getting bigger and bigger. Before you know it, I'll be getting a packet of dry roasted peanuts to go along with my pint. As for overall performance, we're actually doing pretty well now, but we got off to a shaky start. For the first week or two, the portfolio spent most of its time in the red. Every time I opened Trading 212, it seemed to have lost another couple of quid, and I was already thinking, well, this video's going to be awkward. But over the last couple of weeks, it's gradually clawed its way back and ended up in profit. We're now rocking a portfolio value of £1,013.97. So for the sake of a couple of pence, we're 14 quid up in 4 weeks off an initial investment of £1,000, which is pretty good going in my books. It's one thing I did find interesting was the level to which not every stock pulled its weight. Some have performed really well and others not so much. For example, Aries was my worst performer and is down just over £5, whereas AGNC takes the crown of being the best performer in month 1 with a gain of £7.40. Obviously, 1 month is such a short time span that it really doesn't tell us much. We can't really read anything into this, but it is fun to see the green line go up. And I'm excited to see what month 2 has in store and to see how those dividends start to slowly make a difference. So I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to leave the portfolio alone, reinvest the dividends that it generates and see where it ends up over the coming months. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Maybe you'll consider subscribing or dropping a like on the video. It would be much appreciated. I'm going to keep my peepers peeled and see how things go in month number 2. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.